Around 6:30 every evening, the first lights appear across the courtyard. Usually the family on the third floor, just above the bicycle racks. Their kitchen window faces mine, though we're too far apart to wave. I see someone setting plates on a table and somebody else arriving home. The curtains move when the weather changes, the same way they have for years. And somewhere below a radio plays from an apartment I can't place. Lights across the courtyard, one by one against the dusk. Different dinners, different conversations, different days coming to an end. The city settling into itself, window after window. And for a little while, we're all here together. The young couple near the stairwell bought a plant for their balcony last spring. It's taller now than the railing and leans toward the evening sun. On the 5th floor, an older woman still watches quiz shows every night. The blue television glow appears at almost the exact same time. A child runs through one apartment, then disappears from view. A minute later, somebody closes a door, and the building grows quiet again. Lights across the courtyard, flickering through curtains and blinds. A man ironing shirts for tomorrow, someone washing dishes after dinner. Television voices drifting softly into the warm night air. Ordinary evenings carrying on exactly as they should. When I first moved here, I thought I'd only stay a few years. Now I know the timing of windows better than the names on mailboxes. Funny how a place becomes familiar without asking permission. Lights across the courtyard, the sky turning deep blue overhead. Apartments glowing like small lanterns around the edges of the night. Someone laughs in a distant kitchen. A dog barks near the entrance gate, and another day settles gently into memory without a sound. The courtyard growing darker, the windows staying bright. Different lives behind each one, and enough light for all of us. The landlord handed me one key with a faded blue plastic tag. Apartment 3B above the florist, third door down the hallway. The living room echoed when I walked. There wasn't much inside yet, just cardboard boxes near the window, and a folding chair from my aunt. A refrigerator hummed in the kitchen, louder than it should have been. I ate takeout noodles on the floor, reading instructions for the gas stove. Apartment 3B, street light shining through the curtains, laundry hanging by the window, learning where the shadows fall. A radio playing in the kitchen while I unpack another box. The room still felt unfamiliar, but less than yesterday. I bought a small round table from a secondhand furniture shop. One leg sat slightly uneven, so I folded paper underneath. The woman downstairs grew tomatoes on her narrow balcony rail, sometimes shed a wave while watering them before leaving for work. I started keeping coffee mugs in the cabinet above the sink, without thinking where they belonged, the way people do at home. Apartment 3B, Saturday mornings by the window, watching buses cross the intersection, with nowhere I needed to be. The radio host knew every song before the singer even started, and somehow hearing the same voice made the rooms feel occupied. One night the power went out briefly across the whole apartment block. People opened doors into the hallway and talked while waiting for the lights. After that I recognized faces at the mailbox in the corner store. The building stopped feeling temporary without anybody saying so. Apartment 3B, a plant growing near the curtains, 3 plates drying by the sink, a calendar on the refrigerator. The cardboard box disappeared slowly, the empty corners filled themselves in, and one evening I came home from work without noticing I'd said home.
The hallway light was out again, third time that month, maybe more. I unlocked the door by memory and set my lunch pail on the floor. Work boots beside the radiator, same place they always stayed. A grocery flyer near the doorway, folded to the discount page. The apartment smelled a little warm from the heater near the sink. I opened up the kitchen window for a minute just to think. Dinner after a long shift, the television talking low, a plate balanced on the small table beside yesterday's newspaper. Cars moving through the intersection, beyond the curtains in the dark. Nothing much worth writing down, still somehow I remember it. Rice and eggs in a frying pan, a little soy sauce from the shelf. One chair at the kitchen table, the other covered up with clothes. The weatherman was talking snowfall somewhere north of here again. Then a commercial for a sedan I couldn't imagine buying then. A train rolled through behind the building, shaking glasses in the cabinet, the same way it did every evening, the same way nobody mentioned it. Dinner after a long shift, steam rising toward the yellow light. The evening news and kitchen shadows, sharing space inside the room. A woman laughed on some game show, the audience laughed with her. I ate slowly and watched the clock without really watching it. Around 9 I washed the dishes, left them drying by the sink. A baseball score played from the living room, though I wasn't following the game. Outside, a few apartment windows still glowed across the parking lot. People finishing their own evenings, one square of light at a time. Dinner after a long shift, work shirt hanging on a chair. The television still running long after I stopped paying attention. Nothing happened that night at all. No phone calls, no surprises, just another weekday ending in a small apartment somewhere. But years later, when I think of home, this is one of the evenings I find. The fan by the window turned all evening, pushing warm air around the room. My economics textbook stayed open on the same page since 2:30. A glass of iced tea left a ring on a notebook full of crossed out plans, and sunlight faded from the rooftops, one apartment at a time. Down below, the noodle shop owner dragged tables back inside, while somebody played a baseball game on a radio I couldn't quite hear. The fan by the window turning slower than the clock, traffic moving through the distance like waves beyond the buildings. The curtains lifting every now and then, with air that never quite cooled down, and nowhere I was supposed to be until tomorrow morning. My friend called around 7:30 to ask if I wanted to go out. I said maybe after I finished studying, then never touched the book again. The payphone near the station crossing rang twice before somebody answered, and motorcycles drifted through the night somewhere beyond the river road. The desk lamp stayed off until dark, the room turning orange then blue, without anyone deciding that evening should become night. The fan by the window, a low hum above completely leave yet. Around 10 the air felt lighter, people laughing in the parking lot below. A train crossed somewhere in the distance, its lights sliding between buildings. I remember writing a few sentences, then staring out the window instead, watching one office tower downtown keep shining long after dark. The fan by the window turning circles through the warm night air, books scattered across the desk, waiting for another attempt. Tomorrow the city's still awake outside, the summer stretching quietly ahead, and the feeling that there was time enough for things I hadn't figured out yet. The fan by the window, the open screen against the night, a notebook, a glass of iced tea, and traffic fading toward midnight. The last box sat beside the window since Tuesday afternoon. I kept moving it from room to room without opening it. The apartment echoed when I walked, not as much as it did before. A lamp stood in the corner now, and books filled part of the shelf. Outside somebody started a motorcycle near the convenience store downstairs. The sound bounced between the buildings and disappeared into traffic. The last box unpacked, cardboard folded by the door, a blanket on the couch, and a coffee mug in the sink. The evening light stayed a little longer across the empty living room wall, like the apartment was waiting for me to decide what came next. I found an old train ticket between two college notebooks and a phone number on a receipt. I couldn't remember anymore. The kitchen cabinets looked less strange now that plates were inside them, and I finally knew which switch turned on the hallway light. Across the parking lot, someone watered plants on a balcony. A radio played through an open window, too far away to recognize the song. The last box unpacked, a stack of records near the stereo, folded blankets at the foot of the bed, keys hanging by the door. The neighborhood sounded unfamiliar, dogs barking somewhere after dark, and a train crossing in the distance at times I hadn't learned yet. Earlier that week I got lost coming home twice, walking past the same laundromat without realizing it. Tonight I knew the way back without looking at street signs, and that felt like something worth noticing. The last box unpacked, nothing left to organize, just the quiet hum of the refrigerator and headlights moving through the blinds. Tomorrow I'd wake up here again, and the morning would look different, not because the city had changed, because I'd be part of it. The cardboard stacked by the doorway, the unfamiliar view outside, the apartment settling around me, one evening at a time.
woke up because the hallway glowed a little brighter than it should. My bedroom door was open wide. The carpet felt cold beneath my feet. The apartment sounded different then. No dishes moving in the sink, no water running through the pipes, just voices coming from the TV. I walked past the coat rack, slowly past my school shoes by the wall. The clock above the kitchen doorway said something after 2. The TV stayed on all night, painting blue across the ceiling, pictures changing in the living room while everybody else was sleeping. The city outside the window looked smaller than it did by day, and the apartment felt like a boat floating somewhere in the dark. My father slept in the armchair, one hand resting on his chest. The blanket had slipped onto the floor beside an empty coffee cup. My mother slept across the couch, facing the television light. A shopping channel played quietly, selling things nobody would buy. There was a commercial for batteries, then one for laundry soap again. The same smiling people returning every 20 minutes or so. The TV stayed on all night, blue reflections in the picture frames. The kitchen table and the curtains looked different than they did before. The refrigerator hummed softly near the calendar on the wall, and every ordinary thing seemed awake with me somehow. I sat on the carpet for a while without turning on any lights, watching shadows move across the room when the channels changed. A truck drove somewhere outside, its headlights sliding through the blinds, then disappearing just as quietly as they had arrived. The TV stayed on all night, long after the movie ended, long after the advertisements became harder to understand. The blue light filled the apartment, from the hallway to the kitchen door. And somehow when I think of home, this is one of the rooms I find. The television talking softly, the blanket on the couch, my parents asleep beside each other, and the clock still moving forward.
The coffee started dripping at 6 before the sun reached the curtains. I opened the kitchen window slightly to let the cool air inside. A cereal box sat on the counter beside a stack of folded coupons. The radio played weather reports nobody was listening to. From the living room television, cartoon voices filled the apartment, followed by an argument about channels that lasted less than a minute. Saturday morning kitchen, toast warming by the stove, coffee cups waiting on the table, sunlight moving across the floor. Somewhere down the apartment, waking up one room at a time. My son couldn't find one sneaker, though it was right beside the couch. My daughter sat too close to the television, the same discussion as every week. A spoon clinked against a cereal bowl, then another, then another. The refrigerator covered with drawings held up by magnets from vacations. Outside, a delivery truck arrived at the bakery across the street, and somebody walked a golden retriever past the bus stop near the corner. Saturday morning kitchen, the smell of coffee and toast, a cartoon theme song from the living room, and newspapers by the door. The sunlight touched the calendar, then the sugar bowl beside it, then slowly climbed the kitchen wall like it had nowhere else to be. My husband finally wandered in, still half asleep, looking for coffee. The television audience applauded something nobody in here had seen. The clock above the refrigerator moved quietly toward noon, but mornings always seemed longer back when the apartment felt this full. Saturday morning kitchen, 4 chairs around the table, jelly on somebody's sleeve, a missing homework assignment. The cartoons kept playing in the background. The coffee pot slowly emptied, and nothing happened worth remembering, except somehow I still do. Coffee cups in the sink, sunlight through the curtains, voices drifting from another room. Saturday morning kitchen.
The digital clock's at 12:43, then 12:44, then 12:45. I wasn't counting exactly, there wasn't much else going on. Someone upstairs crossed the living room, 7 or 8 steps, then silence. A chair scraped across the floorboards like it always did around midnight. The street light came through the blinds in narrow lines across the wall, and a car alarm somewhere downtown started up and gave up again. The upstairs neighbors moving through another evening, a cabinet door running water, a laugh that lasted half a second. I've never learned their names, wouldn't recognize them on the street, but after all these years, the apartment sounds wrong when they're gone. Around 1 o'clock the pipes complained, the old building clearing its throat. Then somebody dropped something heavy, followed by a muffled sorry. I pictured a family for a while, then a couple, then a student. The details change depending on the year. The footsteps never did. The woman across the courtyard still left her kitchen light on late, a blue glow hanging in the distance above the parking lot. The upstairs neighbors, a television turned down low, cupboards opening and closing, a window sliding halfway shut. The building settling into itself, floor by floor and room by room, like everybody was following disappeared for a week. No footsteps, no chairs, no laughter. The ceiling stayed completely quiet. I remember noticing that. And one Thursday around 11, something rolled across the floor again. And for reasons I couldn't explain, I slept better after that. The upstairs neighbors still awake somewhere above me, moving furniture, washing dishes, living a life I'll never know. The digital clock glowing red, the street light through the blinds, and the building carrying all of us until morning came around. A few more footsteps, the pipe settling down. The chair moved back into place, and then nothing for